Welcome to Mississauga, Canada. Mississauga is part of the Greater Toronto Area. Now, I don't think it does it justice to call it a suburb of Toronto because really, it's a city in itself. It has 22 neighborhoods and 750,000 people. That's larger than some provinces of Canada. And so I'm going to share with you the best restaurants in Mississauga along the lakeshore. So that's 3 neighborhoods of Lakeview, Port Credit, Clarkson. Along the Lakeview, it is so beautiful. Now, a lot of people might think I'm going to share the same restaurants that you see on all of the top lists. You know, the restaurants that have the big marketing budgets, have the grand openings, they can afford advertising and to bring in lots of influencers. That's not it at all. I'm going to share with you the entrepreneurs, the mom and pop shops, the family-run businesses, the ones that have survived the last few years, which have been so tough, and that's because their food is amazing. Now, they don't have the marketing budget, but they have some of the best food in the city, and that's what I'm going to share with you. Now, if you've been following my channel for a while, you may know that before I left Canada to travel the world to write and shoot videos about food, I actually lived in Toronto off and on for 15 years. But I fell into this trap that a lot of people who live downtown do, and that's the belief that there is no good food, there's nothing that you need outside the borders of like Ossington to Don Valley, and you certainly don't go north of Bloor. That's a huge mistake. I missed out on so much food. I missed out on Mississauga. And so if you're in Toronto watching this video, I want to let you know I took the GO train here from Union Station. It was very fast, it was very cheap. You can come out here for a day trip, enjoy this beautiful area, and come back same day. It's like you're having a little mini vacation. And plus, there's fresh air here. I'm at Huevos Gourmet. It is a Mexican-owned brunch spot. Brunch, they've got some lunch options, but they close at 4 p.m. This spot on the weekend is so busy, but thankfully this is a Monday morning, and so I've got this place to myself. I decided to go with the Huevos Rancheros with a split side of salad and potatoes. Thanks for that recommendation, Remy. I'm so excited to eat here because on the menu they said that it's served with Tabasco sauce. But if you follow my Ecuadorian series, you know that I am all about the house-made ají, the house-made hot sauce. I do not want bottled, and so I asked, and yes, indeed, they make their own. So I already know this place is gonna be great. You just have to ask for it. So even before we start this meal, I need to start with the hot sauce. Now, my advice is always just to try a little bit, especially in Mexico, because sometimes the green is mild, sometimes the green is hot. Hot. It's really hot. It's on fire, but in a good way, full of lots of flavor. This is fantastic. And so here we have corn tortillas with 2 sunny side up eggs. And then we also have some beans. We've got some green salsa. We've got some red salsa. We've got some guacamole. We've got some potatoes. We've got some bread. We've got some salad. It's good. Sauces are so good. This is such a tasty breakfast. I can see why it's the house specialty because you have the freshness of so many of the salsas. We've got these potatoes, which are so good. Usually when I'm doing a food crawl, I don't eat the whole meal or I don't eat a lot of it. I'm usually splitting it, and that's because I like to try to eat a lot in a day. It is going to be very difficult not to eat too much of this because it is so tasty. Well, I ate almost all of it. That's how good it was. By Nourish Moi, and I knew it was exactly what I needed. I came in to try an appetizer. This is a restaurant that's vegan, vegetarian, has lots of fantastic options. I'm ordering from the regular menu, and it is actually one of their most popular appetizers. So this is the sweet black bean tacos. So on this, I can see we've got some arugula, we've got some cashew, sour cream, sweet potato. The first thing I noticed when the food came to the table was that the smell was amazing. It smelled so fresh and tasty. And then also the plate was warm. I don't know why more restaurants don't do this, but a warm plate is everything. Wow. Oh, I see we've got some sweet corn in there. I love arugula. It's like sweet, creamy, toasty, spicy from that arugula. It is so good. I think this is a great example of a restaurant that isn't trying to fool you by putting in, TVP or fake meat into it. They're just saying to you, hey, we have all of these beautiful vegetables. We know how to cook them well. We're gonna serve it to you warm. It's gonna be delicious. I would definitely eat here again. I would try other things on the menu. The Beirut bowl, I think, sounds really interesting. And also they have cocktails here at night. And I believe all of their wine and their beer is vegan. Just when I thought this day couldn't get any better, I came into Sawa Shawarma. This is one of the restaurants that I saw walking to the farmer's market, and there was this big sign that said Hyderabadi biryani. Now, I've had biryani before, and I had it in India, but I actually didn't know that Hyderabadi was not a style of it, but actually the name of a state, Hyderabad. And that's what I love about eating in places like Mississauga, because it's not just like, hey, here's an Indian restaurant. This is an Indian restaurant from a very specific state. Such a lovely family. Family owned, the whole family is here. So there are many different types of biryani in India. There's just no one recipe. And that's because of 1,000 years of history of different people invading, immigrating, moving. So there's a lot of different influences now. Here, when they make the biryani, there are a couple things that are very special. So I'm having goat. You can also have chicken here, but they prefer goat. I love goat too. And so it is marinated for 3 to 4 hours. I believe in yogurt and some spices. And then how they make it is really cool. It's in a very special pot, and what they do is it's cooked over coals. So not fire, but coals actually cook it. So you put half-cooked rice on it, then you put the marinated goat, and then it cooks for 2 to 3 hours just from the heat of the coals, and it's turned so it doesn't burn. It also uses saffron, and that gives it this gorgeous color. Now, as soon as they brought it out, first of all, this is a jug. Look at this portion. This portion is $10. It is so fragrant. That was the first thing. It smells so light and bright. This color, it's really exciting. It almost smells like you've got like citrus. I think there might be some ginger. Oh, it smells so good. Anyway, I'm just gonna give it a shot. It smells so good. Oh yeah. Ooh, it's spicy already. This is like a flavor bomb. Oh my God, it's spicy. Woo. They gave me this sauce. This sauce right here is called Mirchi Kasalan. And it's got some green chilies and a bunch of other things, some yogurt in there to make a paste. It makes it spicy. I don't need it spicier, but I'm really glad they brought me some water. If you can imagine spicy and light, the rice here is so gorgeous. It is long rice. You can see the steam coming. Indian food from state to state is so complex, and then we are able to eat it so cheaply. I really hope that this restaurant survives because it is serving something really special. Walking down Lakeshore, there are so many little interesting shops. It's going to be really difficult to choose where to go because I don't have enough time nor the stomach space to go everywhere. All right, I have hit the jackpot. Now, it hasn't even been a week since I returned from Ecuador, but I saw that Antojitos was here and immediately it caught my eye. And it's a Latin bakery, but as I got closer, I realized it is actually Colombian, but has a lot of really delicious things. Some of the things I remember from being in Colombia, some of the things are new, some of the things reminded me of things in Ecuador, and so it's a really affordable place if you want to try Latin American food. All right, so this is called Cari Manola. And so I asked if actually it was called munchine when I first arrived, and that's because munchine in Ecuador is yuca mashed. It's got cheese inside. This is kari manola, and they said it's yuca and it's got cheese inside. This one has cheese, but they also had a version that had meat inside. So I'm gonna give it a shot. Oh yeah. It is so good. I love yuca. If this is the first time you're watching one of my videos, you may not realize this, but yuca is one of my absolute favorite things. It's freaking amazing. I love it. It's definitely top 5 foods. This has everything that reminds me of a munchine. The texture is a little bit different, but same idea. And it just goes to show you that, you know, food travels, and this is very similar. I mean, taking something delicious like yuca and stuffing something inside that's even more delicious like cheese or even meat, you know, that can happen everywhere. Now, these are the empanadas. I think they probably do really well with empanadas because people kind of know what that is. So even if you're unfamiliar with something, this is an easy one. I have heard these are great. Now these are beef. They also have Argentinian. We've got some ground meat in there. Looks like some seasoning. Nice, light, not too heavy, not too oily, not too flaky. A little bit of ají, I hope. So this ají is a vinegar base. Also nice and light. It's not too spicy at all. Really good. I am so happy I found this place. This place is really what, for me, what epitomizes like just family owned, run. I bought these things. They told me, yeah, don't worry, you can eat it here. And then they also gave me their card. They said, whatever you need, just let us know. We're happy to help you. And that is really the hospitality of going to small businesses. You don't get that other places. I mean, they might give it to you, but they don't really mean it. Here, they mean it. Now it feels like this is kind of like a small town life. And so every small town has its ice cream shop that they go to, especially in the summer. I'm at Dairy Cream. This place is only open in the summer on the lakeshore in Mississauga, and it is packed. On the weekends, packed. Long line, you gotta wait. It's that popular. And you know what? For good reason. There's so many different flavors of things. It's not just scooped ice cream. In fact, the most popular item here is actually funnel cake. So I could not eat a funnel cake today. Instead, I decided to go for a dipped cone, which is the second most popular. Look at how big this is. This is a junior. This is actually the smallest size you can get. So you can get dipped, I guess, like a lot taller. Anyway, this is peanut butter. They also have chocolate, of course. And then they have really interesting flavors like blue raspberry, cherry. They've got cotton candy, birthday cake. It was really difficult to choose one, but I just thought like a peanut butter ice cream should be interesting. Let's see. Peanut butter is good. It's really sweet. With the ice cream, not too sweet, but it just gives it like that nice, yummy peanut butter ice cream flavor. I can see why this place is busy. I'm so excited by the next place that I'm visiting and sharing with you because it's Marinello Cafe, and it is an Italian spot serving hot sandwiches, fresh pasta, soups. They've got espresso and cappuccino here. Now, what makes this place special is a lot of people would probably just walk by thinking, oh, it's another sandwich spot. It is not. And that's because locals know that the owners here used to own the restaurant next door. It used to be a very popular Italian restaurant, very grand, large. Now Colossus is there. I think that maybe after owning it for 48 years, they decided they kind of wanted to retire or semi-retire and instead downsize to a cafe. I got the veal sandwich. Now, if you don't eat veal, they do have this in chicken. They also have a lot of other different types of hot sandwiches, but I wanted to get what people said was the best, and so here we go. Oh wow. This is really good. That tomato sauce is so, so good. Crusty roll, but not too crusty. It's super fresh, so it's not like you eat it and you get crumbs everywhere. Everything is so rich in flavor, so much umami. Oh my God, this is so good.
Right on Lakeshore, and when I was coming by, I actually thought it was a catering spot, but I met Malak on the street and she offered to try some palm bites, which are chocolate covered dates, and then they have a number of things in them, and it turns out the store has so much. So they've got coffee, they've got these chocolate covered dates, they've got this bark, they've got different nut butters. There's so much here, but I am going to try the palm bites because that is what is most popular. So this is the 2-bite peanut with peanut butter inside. Oh, it's good. Guys, this is so good. So, you get that natural sweetness of the dates, the peanut butter. Oh, it's really good. Dark chocolate. I think it's worth coming in here just to try this.
One of the places everyone told me to visit was Pizza Nostra, and I think it means our pizza, if it's anything like Spanish. So this place opened up in 2015 by two brothers. It's a family business. The story of this place is very interesting in that the two brothers worked with their dad in his butcher shop in Toronto growing up. And then one of the brothers went to New Jersey to work at a pizzeria. And then the other stayed here but learned the art of salumi, learned how to cure meats. And in 2015, they opened up this pizzeria shop with the meats that they were curing and cutting in-house, and then also this knowledge of this New Jersey pizza. I think it's been very well received by the community and has been a local favorite for a long time. But recently, Barstool Sports did a pizza review here. Now, if you don't know Barstool Sports pizza reviews, basically he comes in, he does a cheese slice, one bite, and he rates them. And he rates them all over North America, I think. And so he gave this place an 8. And 8 means you must visit. This is worth traveling for and making it amazing. Walking into this pizza shop is, oh, the smell of the tomato sauce is just like overwhelming. It's so delicious. Now, I know people probably look at this and they think, oh, it's just like a regular slice. I actually love this style of pizza. I like a plain pizza. I like it just to have like good tomato sauce, thin crust, cheese. Oh, and the smell of the cheese smells so good. I find pizza like this, you usually get like quality ingredients because, well, you only have 2. Well, you have 3 if you include the crust. Oh, it's just, the tomato sauce is so rich, and then the cheese, and then, you know, the dough is there, but it's not like you're eating a big thick piece of dough. It's so good. Oh. I'm walking down to Clarkson, but I keep getting distracted by all of this green space, this waterfront trail. I don't know if I can get to Clarkson from it, so I'm going to stay on the main road. I'm definitely going to check this out maybe tomorrow morning. It looks beautiful. It smells so fragrant. Is there a better smell than lilac bushes? I don't know. I just love them because in Canada, it always means it's the start of summer. I'm at one Wanda's Caribbean Kitchen, and I came here in the middle of the day and it's still busy. So the lunch rush is done, and that's not surprising because people told me it is one of the best places to eat in the region. Not just one of the best Caribbean, Jamaican, one of the best places. The most popular dish is actually oxtail, and so I got a small version of it. It's $10.95. It comes with some rice and peas, not small at all, very generous portions. And when you look at everything that they have available, you see these deep, rich sauces, things that you know have been simmering, are full of flavor. I'm so excited. Then I asked her if I could have a side of this macaroni salad because everybody says it's the best. Oxtail is one of my favorite meats. It's actually not easy to cook, and so when someone does it well, it's just amazing. This is so good. Wow. So tender, a little bit sweet, really deep, like gravy type deep sauce flavor. Wow. I had oxtail in Jamaica. I don't even think it was that good. As good as here. I mean, it was delicious. But I think this is better. Wow. A little bit of this rice and peas. So good. Now, oxtail no longer really comes from an ox. It usually refers to any kind of like cow tail. But again, it's a tail. It's not that easy to cook. It's usually cooked in some brown sugar. Sometimes it'll have Worcestershire or soy sauce, or there are a lot of different ways to cook it. But it needs to be cooked well. It needs to be simmered because this is tough meat.
All right, take care. Thanks.
It literally just falls off the bone, but not in a way that's overcooked. Just really, really tender. Wow. One of the best restaurants in Mississauga. Absolutely. This is so good. Now, macaroni salad. Oh. This is creamy, also tangy. I think there might be like some pickle juice or something in it. Sweet. I love this place. It's so delicious. All right, so I'm here at Clarkson Fish and Chips, and I'm actually breaking a rule that I have when I visit the Greater Toronto Area, and that is, as a Maritimer, I don't eat fish anywhere else. But I heard so many great things about this place. In fact, I'm here in the middle of the weekday afternoon, and that's because this place gets busy, really busy. So much so that you've got takeout orders, you've got a little bit of space inside to eat. It's really popular. It's been around for 43 years. And looking at the menu, you know it's gonna be good because they offer not only haddock, but also halibut, and then also cod. So you've got the 3 big fish and chips. Also, for coleslaw, not only do you get your option of creamy, but they also have a vinegar base as well. And then you can get scallops, shrimp, clams, a lot of things here. All right, look, you can see so crispy. Oh yeah, it's hot. This is cooked perfectly, not overcooked at all. Don't know if you can hear that, but super crispy. You know, fish and chips, the thing is, it doesn't need to be fancy. You need to have hot oil, great fish, good batter, and that's it. Look at this. This is the kind of fish and chips that you want. Really, really good. Just simple, like we have back home. You don't need to make this kind of thing complicated, and a lot of people do. So this is the kind of place where I think if you have a rule about not eating fish when you're not by the water, you might want to break it here. All of these restaurants were on one continuous road in Mississauga, and the city has over 1,800 restaurants from over 150 countries. I hope this video inspires you to explore the city and to discover something new. Join my Patreon community for more behind the scenes and exclusive content you won't find elsewhere. You can also find me on Instagram, and be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. All of these things make my day. Thank you so much for your support.